Let's move to now another concept, which is polymorphism. So polymorphism means many forms. Poly means many, morphism means many forms. So whenever you implement or do any implementation, the same method or a same function will have multiple functionality, right? Okay, and multiple functionality is multiple behaviors. Okay, so polymorphism can be of three types, or in general it is two types: runtime and compile time, right? Runtime, it is known as method overloading, sorry, method overriding. We did method overriding, and here we have few examples. If you see in animal example, if you see, there is one animal example in which we have a sound method. No, here we don't have no shoes. I think we have here, here. In animal we have sound method. So sound method, you can see same method is here, same method is here. So it is overriding this. We have already seen this overriding. So overriding means you are overwriting it. You are overwriting a function, right? So it will be into base class. It will be into child class. If something is divided into parent class, then child class, if they can overwrite it. Similarly, you can say cat is also overwriting it. So overwriting, basically method overriding, right? There is another way, another approach is operator overloading. I am not teaching you operator overloading because it has no use. I have not seen any use of in my career till now, but it is very useful concept. If you remember, when you want to, operator overloading means you want to apply plus minus on, or maybe less than, greater than, on object level, at object level. So you can do this, but it don't have any use. So I have not added any example here. I am just focusing on method overriding and method overloading. Overloading, what overloading is, I will explain you in upcoming slides. Just understand, polymorphism means some function will have some function or something will have multiple behaviors, or two behaviors, or three behaviors. Okay, so polymorphism means same object or same method or same thing may be a different way. For example, let me give you example. You can see there is a word cut cut, right? When you go to a movie shooting, right, or movie shooting set, right, movie set, right? So when you go to movie set, then cut means your scene is over. If you go to a salon, they will do your haircut. If you go to a hotel or a restaurant, they will cut vegetables, right? So the context is different. In different contexts, this word has different meaning. So the same way, polymorphism, same method will have different behavior. As you can see here, sound, here it don't have any details or any implementation, but here you can see in case of dog it is bark, in case of cat it is meow, right? So same method, sound, but output is different. Same method but output is different. So it is context, because it is dog, it is cat, so it depends on a context. So polymorphism means same thing we can use from multiple ways. It depends on the context. It depends upon the context, right? So method overloading we already did. I will show you this example also, but before that, focus on method overloading. Overloading means, if you know C, Java, we generally write void some function add, or maybe I am returning int here, int add, int a comma int b. This is one function. If I will write float a and float b, this is your second function with the same name. Now these both function are different because the data type is different. In Python we don't have data type, means Python identify it at runtime. So So officially we don't have, right? So we generally write a comma b. So in Python this won't work. In Python work on the basis of number of argument. In first you are passing a, in second method you are passing a comma b, a comma b comma c. So it happens on the basis of number of arguments, right? That is why it is saying Python does not support true overloading. Same name but different number or types of parameter. Types of parameters. So it suppose only different number, not types, right? I will show you with example, but before that I just want to, yeah, here you can see we have a comma b, right? Here we are giving only 5. Then it is acting as a circle. Then I am passing 2 arguments, 2, and this is your third argument, right? When I am passing 3 argument, it is acting as rectangle. So you can see same method behaving with a different way. Here it is circle, here it is rectangle. Same method have different functionality. We can use it with different functionality. So that is what method overloading is. So overriding, there is a huge difference. Overriding is overwriting. Overwriting or overriding, right? You can easily recall this, overwriting, right? We are overwriting our existing function of the base class into child class, right? That is what the overriding is. Overriding is when you redefine a method, redefining. Overriding, R means redefining, right? Which is already there with same name and same signature. Signature means your a comma b. This is your signature with name, like this is your signature, def, this is your signature. Overloading is when you define 2 methods with the same name in the same class, distinguished by their signature. Signature means this is your a comma b. A, in first method you have only defined a, in second method you define 2, in third method you define 3 arguments. So this number of argument is your signature, number of argument and its data type. But here we are doing only based on number of arguments, right? Now read, this is very important thing. This will summarize everything. When working with languages that can discriminate data types at compile time, selecting among the alternatives can occur at compile time. The act that creating such alternative functions for compile time selection is usually referred as overloading. Python is a dynamically typed programming language, so the concept of overloading simply does not apply to it, right? So what we can do here, in this case we can do only based on number of arguments instead of that int a, int b, float a, float b, right? Instead of this we have to use in this way, right? So Python don't support true overloading. We can do by some trick, and that is your trick. That is your trick that I am doing, right? So now let me show you all those code, and then after we will see has a relationship and we will see access specifier, right? Okay, let's move to the code. This is super keyword we did, abstract class we did, time and shape ambiguity. I think there's no need to explain this. And let's move to polymorphism, right? We were on polymorphism. I need to explain polymorphism and what method overriding, right? Abstract class we have already did. Okay, so polymorphism, right? Polymorphism. Okay, you can just give this heading, right? So polymorphism means we are doing method overriding. Suppose we have created class animal, right? Sorry, class animal. What is happening? Oh, sorry. I'll disconnect this. Class animal, right? and this animal class has suppose one function def sound, right? And sound, we are writing her pass. If I don't write her pass, if I start writing another class dog, right? Okay, dog is inheriting animal, right? Def sound self, and to write self also, and return bark, right? Return bark. Now you can see here I need to write self here. Now if I run this, it will give error. It should give error. Okay, it will take some time to execute this, but it should give error because compiler will not able to identify, because here there is no line, right? So just take a minute. It is taking some time to run this. Okay, meanwhile it will, yeah, it is executed. You can see it is giving error, right? Class dog animal, because after this there's nothing there, right? So what we can do is we can add here pass, because interpreter will not be able to identify because we don't have early braces. So whenever you have empty something, you should add pass. Now it will run, you can see, right? Now if I create d dog, right, and if I run this, it will create d object dog and d dot sound, right? So you can see we are seeing bark. We are overriding this method. Overriding. This is called method overriding. Method overriding, right? And this we have also seen. If you see here in class, you can see sound. We have yesterday we did sound, right? The same way we did move. You can see move here, and we are doing method overriding here. Okay, so this is method overriding. Similarly, let's try for method overloading. Suppose I am creating a function def add, right? Now if I will give a comma b, right, it will return a plus b. Okay, now I want to create same another method, right? Def add a comma b comma c and return a plus b and plus c, right? Now if I will do add 5 comma 6, error. It will take, it should take 3 argument. It should take 3 argument. Why? 4 comma 5 comma 6. Now it will run. The reason is this method is overwritten by this. So that is why if you see, they say Python don't have method overloading. But if you want to do this, then you can do it with a different way. Let me show you how. What you can do is you can write def, use this function as it is. Here you can write 0, here you can write 0. Now if I call add with 5, you can see it executed. If I call add with 5 comma 6, it is executed. If I give add comma 2 comma 3 comma 4, right? So same method, but functionality is different. It is adding only 2 number, sorry, it is adding only 3 number, it is adding only 1 number. So that's how you can do method overloading. There is no other way. Let me write here heading method overloading. Code, not code, text. Method overloading. In Python we don't have true method overloading. If you want to do method overloading, you have to play such tricks. You have to play, we are giving here default arguments. If you don't give 5, it will take this b as 0 and c as 0, right? That's how it works. So similarly, if you see here in method overloading, what we are doing is b is equals to 0. If you don't give b, it will take it as a 0. It will take it as a 0, and when I multiply this, it should give 0. Okay, let's try this function, right? Let's try this function. This is interesting function. Instead of add, let me do multiplication, right? MUL, multiplication, right? Multiplication. Okay, great. Let me try this, right? Now instead of a plus b, I want to give a star b star c, right? So let me call this method, and I'm just copying its name. I'll pass here, and I'm giving some number, right? 5. Output is 0, right? You can see. So it is working in this way, but it won't work in this way, right? 5, and if I pass 5 comma 6, 0. If I again do 5 comma 6 comma 2, now you will get the answer, right? So method overloading you can do via some trick, but it won't work. It won't work. The way to work is this. What you can do is, instead of this, you can use variable length argument, right? Instead of this, what you can do is, you will get variable length argument. This is a tuple for I in A. What you can do is, you can take here P, okay, P is equals to P multiply P is equals to 1, right? Then it won't be a 0. P is equals to P multiply I, and finally you will return the P, right? Now you run these three. Now you will see some difference. Control C and Control V. Now you can see in each stage you are seeing the output. So for doing this, you can use this variable length argument. Variable length arguments, right? Okay, so I hope you understood this. Anything you want to ask till now in method overloading?
So Vinesh sir,
Yes.
what I'm thinking here,
Yeah.
it is overloading is having the problem for the data type only, but we have a second data type.
What? Can you repeat your question? Yeah. No, that time also, if you, instead of integer, if you will use something else, it will give you same kind of way. So here we don't. Okay, so compiler at runtime identifying this as an integer, but in general we can't define that signature, right? Int a comma int b. So that is why method overloading is not possible. To be frank, it is not possible as I written here. It is not possible. So the concept of overloading simply does not apply to it. But somehow we can achieve this. So that is why we are saying it is not true overloading. We are doing it via some trick, or as I did here via this trick. But this trick failed in multiplication, right? We were getting 0, 0. Then I introduced this variable length argument. Now, can you say this? This is your signature is different. This is your method overloading. At certain point, you can say this, but internally it is variable length argument, right? I hope you understood my point. So this is not like C++, or you can say Java, because we everywhere we are not defining is a like int a equals to 2. We are not defining like this. We are not defining like this. So a language which is dynamically typed, it is very difficult to do method overloading. You can do via some trick, or right, just like we don't have do while. We did some trick to it, right? If you remember, in Python we don't have do while loop, but we did it via some trick. So the same way we can do it here via some trick, but not the standard way that we do in C++ or Java. right? So this is again important interview question. If you go as a fresher for Python developer, or maybe also senior also, they will ask you method overloading, overriding, polymorphism, pass keyword. So such kind of questions you may get. If they are discussing about OOPS, they will also ask you about this MRO, right? So these things you should be aware of. That is what my point is. Yeah. Any other question? No? Okay. If no, then please be on mute. Yeah. Any another example of overloading and overriding, right? Overriding means the same function you are redefining it, right? As we are redefining the sound. A similar way you can redefine the area method. Similar way here, if you see, we are redefining move method, right? Move method, we are redefining it. So the same method you are again creating with new functionality. That is method overriding. Overloading means, first of all, overloading is not possible in Python, but you can do with some trick based on number of arguments. In C++ also or Java also, you can't do on the basis of return type. If you change the return type like void, right? Void add, right? And int add. So it won't work. It won't work. Your signature should be different, means parameter should be different data type, right? The same way here we don't have the data type because compiler is identifying it at runtime, so we can't do that. Okay, another example apart from add or this, what another example can be? Another example, method overloading. Okay, so what you can do is you can give some different value, and as per that it will treat like this. Yeah, another example here we have, like for method overloading, you can see here we are calculating area. Every time we are giving the shape type, on the shape type it is identifying what kind of area would be. If it is a circle, then we will calculate the area of circle. If it is a rectangle, then we are calculating area of rectangle. So that's how we do the overloading. Overriding means simple, we are just override a method. We will redefine the method. Override, redefine the method or override the method in that case.